Welcome to the Not Just Leadership podcast, Lorenly. Great to have you here. Thanks for accepting the invitation.
Hi, Dominic. Malo to everyone, and thanks for letting me coming in and share with you today.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. And I think to start, it would be nice to hear a little bit about yourself, if you'd like to introduce yourself and share about your background and where you're from.
So, my name is Lorenly Tahitala Matetau. I'm 21, and I'm from the beautiful village of Lavingahau in Wallis and Futuna. And I'm currently studying in Griffith University since February, and I'm about to graduate in November 2027.
Wow. So you're here for 3 years in Australia?
3 years, yeah. It's a long time, I know.
And what's your area of study?
A Bachelor of Business for now, majoring in political science and international affairs.
Oh, wonderful. And you're here with the Australia Awards Scholarship?
Yeah, I got the chance to get the Australia Award Scholarship sponsored by DFAT, Australian government, and that's I think without this scholarship I wouldn't be here, so I'm very grateful, and I want to thank them for this opportunity to let us come in and study here.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful scholarship, and great that young people from Wallis and Futuna can get the opportunity to come and study here, because often a lot of the Australia Awards students who I've met, often they're from Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Solomon Islands. So yeah, really great that it's available to youth as well in Wallis and Futuna.
Yeah, and last year was the first year they reopened the scholarship for us.
Yep.
And I hope this will continue, and more young people from Wallis and Futuna will come, and will get the chance to experience studies in Australia and meet people as well.
How have you found it studying in English? Because you obviously speak Uvian, the native language, and French.
Yeah.
So you're studying in your third language. I imagine that's been a great experience, but probably challenging as well.
It is very stressful at first, because sometimes we cannot understand like what our teacher. The Australian accent is a big big strong sometimes, so it's kind of hard to get what they taught us. But I feel like the more we get to speak with them, to talk with them, and to hear what they say, the more like it just feel natural for us to understand. But yeah. And I think for me, thanks to my studies in New Zealand, because I spent almost 2 years in New Zealand.
2 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So
in Auckland?
Yeah, in Auckland.
Yep.
Hey, in the CBD. And I think thanks to my studies there, like it's a little bit easy, I'll say.
Yeah. And probably if you're going to study English anywhere before coming to Australia, New Zealand's probably the best option, because it's as close as you can get, like geographically, but linguistically as well. I think a lot of young people, maybe not necessarily in the Pacific, but in other parts of the world, they often choose British English or American English. But I think being in the Pacific, like we're so close to New Zealand and Australia, so it's great that you could study there first. And have you noticed like culturally some differences between New Zealand and Australia, or similarities?
Not really, because I've been around like some of the Polynesian youngins like in New Zealand and here, and there's no difference. They have their own language sometimes, but it's, which is a bit funny, but it's alright. I think there's not a big difference between them.
Yeah, because you're in Wallis, the Uvian language would be closest to Tongan. It would be,
right. And
so you could communicate with Tongans, I guess.
For now, like when I talk with my friends from Tonga, I can understand what they say, but for them it's a little bit hard to understand what I say, because our language is like from theirs, but it's a little bit different. So it's a little bit hard for them to understand, but we can hold like a everyday conversation with them.
Yeah. I imagine studying at Griffith University, I know, has a big student population from the Pacific. So you've probably been able to meet a few other Pacific Islanders as well.
And especially through the scholarship. Because before the start of our study, we had 1 month called IEP. Is like an introductory program
Yeah.
where we had like where they explained to us like what we can do in Brisbane.
Yeah.
How's the life like the student life here? How to budget and all of that stuff. And I get to meet a lot of students from the Pacific and from Asia as well,
Yeah.
which is really good.
Have you met anyone else from Wallis?
Uh, Only one of the girl who got the scholarship last year.
Yep.
Her name is India, and she's my flatmate actually. So
Okay, yep.
which is kind of nice, and it's so nice I think to have like a person you can like talk your native language with.
Yeah.
Because English is good, but sometimes it's a bit like
Yeah,
tiring. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife, she came from Brazil, so she, often we would just speak in Portuguese instead of English when it gets tiring. And I know for myself, when I studied in New Caledonia and when I lived in France as well, when I worked as an English assistant there, sometimes you just want to speak your own language.
Yeah.
It's tiring. Like, it's really nice experience, but it's also very tiring mentally. So great that you're able to like meet with the other Polynesian and Pacifica youth and another person from Wallis. I went to Wallis end of July this year, so quite recently, and also July 2023. So I've been there twice, and you notice that there's some similarities because I've also been to Tonga as well.
Yeah.
So, and many other Pacific islands. So you can see there's definitely some cultural similarities, but also has its own very unique story.
Yeah.
Very small population as well. A lot of Wallisan and Futunans have migrated to New Caledonia. And even in New Caledonia, that's where I first knew about Wallis and Futuna, because I was at the University of New Caledonia. They have their own student association.
Yeah.
When I was studying French at Crepac at the language school, the librarian, she was from Wallis, so she would tell me about
Nice.
tell me about Wallis. Her name was Denny, and there's whenever you travel in the Pacific, there's always connected stories and history, and likewise with Australia as well. So I'm keen to hear a little bit more about like your childhood growing up in Wallis. It's, as I mentioned, it's quite a small country. It's only about 10,000 people, I think.
Yeah, 10,000, and I think within this 10,000, only maybe like 8,000 in Uvea and 3,000 in Futuna.
Futuna, yeah.
So we basically know each other in
Yeah.
Wallis and Futuna. So if something happens to you, I think your neighbors or like the other people like from the other district will know about it. So
That
that's
happened
how
because when we were there in 2023, my wife, some dog attacked her, and then so we had to go to the hospital. And then the next day, when we were at the university campus, the digital university campus, everyone knew. Like, oh, you went in the hospital. Are you okay?
That's how it is in Wallis and Futuna. But I truly appreciate growing up there, and I truly miss the islands. I miss people, the food. There's just something about the islands where people just naturally like welcoming and even if they don't know you, they come to you and then talk to you. Yeah, that's a thing I really miss there, and my family as well. I miss them.
Yeah. When I went there, last time I went there, just in July this year, as I mentioned, it was a different experience because the place I stayed at had Starlink, so it was so much easier to stay connected. Whereas in 2023, it was very, very slow, the Wi-Fi. So I think even just like in a couple of years, I noticed how much easier it was to travel there. And I think when you go back somewhere for the second time, it's a little bit more familiar.
Yeah.
You've already been there, so you kind of know what to expect. When you go somewhere for the first time, it's always a little bit, it's a new experience. Yeah, so I think things like Starlink, and I know they've been trying to promote the tourism a lot.
Yeah.
I think just before I was there, Miss Pacific Islands was there as well the week before. So it seems like I think Wallis is still and Futuna too is very untouched. Like there's not a lot of people. I don't know any Australian who's been there 2 times, and I have. So I'm very lucky to have gone there twice. But I feel like it's a part of the Pacific that not many people know about or have been to.
Yeah, that's That's actually something like that happens to us every day. Me and Idia, when someone like we met at school came to us. You know, there's just something about the Polynesian community. When they see you, they're like, "Oh, she's Polynesian. Oh, let's
Yeah.
talk to her."
Yeah.
Even if we don't know each other, they would just come to us and ask
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And the first question they will ask us will be like, "Where are you from?"
Yep.
And when we will say, "Oh, I'm from Wallis and Futuna," they'll be like, "What is that?"
Yeah. Even the Polynesian, some of the Polynesians
Yeah.
aren't sure where it is.
It's so close to like we live so close to each other, but they don't know about us. That's a thing that like we noticed when we get here with
Yeah.
India, and we always have to, even when we explain to them like where is it, like it's between Fiji or Tonga,
Yep.
they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know you guys existed.
Yeah.
Is it like a real island?" And we'll be like, "Yeah, of course it's real." And we like get to show them on Google Maps, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know this exists." Yeah, that's just something like yeah. I think we need more Uven and Futunian here, or like to just share about us and just tell the world, yeah, we're here, we exist.
Yeah. That's one of the projects I'm part of at the moment, English Equip. That's something we're really passionate about, is helping Uvian and Futunan youth and New Caledonian youth improve their English skills, because there's so many opportunities in the Pacific and in Australia and New Zealand. If you have a good understanding of English, you can access these opportunities, like yourself here in Australia studying, and you've spent time in New Zealand. Now you're like speaking English on a podcast. So I think the first thing is if we can try and, of course, we need to preserve the Pacific languages, but also if we can encourage the youth to learn English, then they can connect with Tongans and Fijians and Australians. And these days, there's a lot of programs that are sponsored, or scholarships, conferences like the Young Pacific Leaders conferences and workshops. So I think helping the youth to get more confidence to learn English is a great way to travel and connect with the other cultures of the Pacific.
Yeah. And I think there's another thing as well. There's a lot of opportunity for us, but we just don't know about it. Like for me, the scholarship, I only heard about it when I was scrolling on Facebook.
Okay.
And I saw like one ad there, and that's how I knew about the scholarship. Just to say that in Wallis and Futuna, there's like no, I would say, organization or organism that will promote. Only recently, I know the consular of New Caledonia, they went to Wallis and Futuna to promote the scholarship, but before that we didn't like know anything about like our scholarship that we can get to go studies outside French territory.
And have you always lived in Wallis and Futuna, or did you study anywhere else before Australia, apart from New Zealand?
Yeah, I've been studying in New Caledonia for 3 years.
Okay.
So, because, in Wallis and Futuna, there's no university for now.
Yeah.
So, after I graduated high school, I went to New Caledonia to study.
What year were you in New Caledonia? It's probably the same time I was there.
2021.
Okay.
That was my first year in New Caledonia.
Yep.
And I was studying Bachelor of Physics and Chemistry.
Wow.
Yeah, which is
very different to what you're studying now. Yeah.
Yeah. So and after that, I went to New Zealand. It was only for 2 years and a half that I studied in New Caledonia.
Okay, I was back there in July to November 2022.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah, I was living at the International Residence Internationale, residence of at the campus.
Oh yeah, at the other side.
The other side. Yeah. So we didn't cross paths, but I remember one day there was the student association from Wallis and Futuna did a cultural performance.
Yeah.
And I went and watched. But I think
it was us.
Oh, okay. I've got on my phone the videos. You're probably there. And then I ended up not doing like a full semester at the university because I went to do internships.
Yeah.
So I interned at New Caledonia Trade and Invest.
Yeah.
Their office is in Jukos in Noumea.
Yeah.
And then I interned at the Australian Consulate General, who are responsible for New Caledonia and Wallis and Futuna. So yeah, small world.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So you shared a little bit about Wallis and Futuna being a very small country. What's some memories that you have from living there as a child?
I think one of the memory I still get from my childhood in Wallis and Futuna will be like when we used to gather with my cousins at my grandma's house. Before technology arrives and kind of isolate us from each other. We used to go there, just play with each other, teasing each other, and I think that's something I miss right now in my life.
Yeah.
Like just having like a genuine moment with my cousins or with the people I'm staying with and I'm friends with here. Because right now I'm just staying on my phone, scrolling.
Yeah.
That's something I really miss about the islands. We didn't have much, but we were genuinely happy to just be with each other and just play, share. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was last there in Wallace, I felt I arrived on the Monday and left on the Saturday, so I was there for 6 days. But I felt like I had a lot of time to myself. Well, one because I was on holidays, like I wasn't at work, but I think just the island life and culture, everything is you just take each day as it comes. You
Yeah.
just enjoy the moment. You don't worry too much about the time if you're
Exactly, yeah.
running late or. And it was really refreshing for me because I'm always like working and doing projects and volunteering. And when I was there, particularly this last trip at the end of July, I was like, I really, when I left, I really felt like refreshed. I think also, as I mentioned, like things like Starlink and things are great when you're connected. But even then, I felt like I didn't use my phone as much as I could have. But I think just like having that time back and being able to just enjoy the moment and just really like appreciating the nature.
Exactly.
We went to the what is it? The lake.
Like Lalo Lalo.
Yeah. That was really beautiful. It was very windy. I'm not sure if it's always like that, but it was very windy the day I went there. But just like being surrounded by the beautiful environment, very peaceful and calming. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's very nice. And that reminds me of a funny story. Before Starlink arrived in Wallis and Futuna, we had Wi-Fi at home, but it was very slow. So we always had like to just raise our hands, like trying to get the signal from. Yeah, and now we're just like laying on our beds and just it's just funny story that we had from.
What's the best beach or best site to visit in Wallace or Futuna?
I hate to say it, but the best sites in Wallis and Futuna is in the North District, Hihifo. They have the most beautiful beaches there. And I think in the islets as well. I don't know if you had
No, I haven't had a chance to go yet. No, but I've seen the photos. Look really beautiful.
Yeah,
the water and...
Yeah, next time if you go there, just go to the islets. I think you really enjoy it. The water is clear as so.
Yeah, it's untouched.
Yeah.
And I mean, coming to Australia to study, there's obviously been a lot of, you mentioned a lot of highlights and positive moments. Has there been some challenges as well that particular challenges that you've gone through or anything you'd like to share?
I think I had a hard moment when I got here with my accommodation. Finding an accommodation in Australia is really complicated. And sometimes the rent is just too expensive for a small room for what it offers. So it was really hard to find one. But thanks to our counselors at school, they gave us tips and like website where we can go on and just find something for us. Otherwise, it will be like language, the barrier language at first. But like I said, I made a lot of friends here. So I think without them, I won't enjoy my time here in Australia, and I won't get through challenges. I would say, because they helped me a lot with anything I need. So
yeah. And like, because you're studying full time with your course, do most days you spend at university, or some days you're at home studying? Like, what does that look like?
Oh yeah, so because not unlike my studies in New Caledonia, like French system, here you get to select your own courses and choose your own time, like for your classes. So yeah, I get to have a lot of time after my classes. So after that, I just go to the library, get some study there, and I would say me and my friends, we get to spend a lot of times in the library. We sleep there as well.
Really?
Yeah, just to say how hard the assignments are sometimes. So yeah, and when I'm at home, I'm just enjoy my time, or just go out for some dinner with my friends, and yeah. But when I'm at school, I'm at school. Like
Yeah, it's
I'm truly at
intense.
school,
Yeah.
just focus on my studies and trying to clear my assignments as best as possible. Yeah.
Yeah. When I studied in New Caledonia, it was very different for me because I studied my degree online in Australia. I mean, in Australia, more and more there's degrees that are online, but you often have the choice, like you can study in person or online. And I specifically chose to study online because I liked to do that and I wanted to work at the same time and do other things. And then when I went to New Caledonia, like the schedule was completely different. It's like
Yeah.
8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
at the in class, whereas the universities in Australia, it's often just like the lecture and
Yeah.
the tutorial or the workshop, and then you only have 4 units
Yeah.
at a time. So
Per trimester.
I
Yeah.
think in New Caledonia, I think I was studying like 7 units or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, very
And
different, the two systems.
yeah. So yeah, when I was in New Caledonia, every day I was just getting home tired, like from the day I spent
Yeah.
there. And sometimes you just like your class are back to back, so you don't have time like to have a rest or just
Yeah.
eat. But yeah, I really enjoyed. Most of my class are or after 3 p.m. here,
Okay.
and I will finish at 8, or yeah, the latest is 8 p.m.
Yeah.
But so I have my morning just for me, like to get up, shower, and just like trying to relax
Yeah.
before school, the
Yeah.
stress of school.
Yeah, yeah, two completely different systems. I think the Australian university system, it's quite like comparing to other systems, it's quite balanced.
Yeah.
Like definitely, I think it's not as intense, which I mean has its positives and negatives because I think different people like to study in different ways. For some people, it works well for them. Other people, maybe they want more hours in the classroom, more contact with the teachers. But it's definitely like in my work, I've met a lot of students from different countries, and they definitely find the Australian system quite unique. Yeah. So, I mean, the theme of the podcast is, well, the name of the podcast is not just leadership. So, talking about leadership and I guess what leadership means to us is like for you personally, what does leadership mean? If you could describe it or explain it.
For me, leadership is uh, taking each other's hand and trying to like lift each other as best as we can. For me, there's a someone proverb that says "Oleala ile pule ole tautua," which means the best way to lead is to serve. And for me, that's something I really had close to my heart. Like the fact, like when I serve my people, my community, it's like is the true leadership for me. Is yeah, because yeah, that's in the island, the community, and the sense of like how can I say it? Like do things for your family, for your people,
Yeah.
is how you can demonstrate like your true leadership. Like if you can like be an example for your brothers and sisters, do your best. That's how you can show like your true leadership to your people. For me, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. In all the Pacific Islands I've visited, like it's always very important to the Pacifica people for faith and family
Yeah.
and community. And I think that's something that I've definitely appreciated as an Australian, because I think some of those three themes are sometimes not as valued here as much as they could, because sometimes we get distracted by work, opportunities, money. And whenever I go to the Pacific, it's always like refreshing. They very faithful people, very focused on their family and giving back and looking after one another. So I think the way you described it is, very, very accurate and a great reflection. Um, is there any leaders or people that have inspired you, or that you look up to?
I always say the person I always look up to is my dad. My dad is my village chief, and he has a lot of responsibilities on him, and sometimes he doesn't have time for us, which we had a hard time to understand. But the more like we get like mature, the more we understand like he has responsibilities. He has to do that. He has to be there for us, but also for his people, for the people who depends on him. And just seeing him, he never complains about it. He always like do his things and just keep it for himself. Just carry on us them, so without saying anything. And for me was I grew up like looking at him doing all of this. Truly inspired me. I'll be like, oh, why will I complain for that, for this, for that, when my dad doesn't. Well, he has a lot of things to do. So yeah, every time someone will ask me, who do you look up to? Like, I will say, yeah, my dad. My dad is like the person. Yeah, my
Yeah, yeah.
person.
That responsibility of being a chief is like a privilege, and also a responsibility. When we get given leadership roles, either in our culture or in our work, I think we have to steward that as best as
Yeah.
possible. And that's wonderful that you've had that great example. And I can definitely tell that he's given you those same values
Yeah.
to, stand up for your people and for your community, and do the right thing by them. And that's a really, really beautiful story. I guess throughout like your time living overseas and studying, is there some lessons that you've learned about yourself that you've kind of think, oh, okay, like, or you're taking each day as it comes? Like, what have you learned about yourself since going overseas?
Actually, I'm surprising myself every day, because when I was in Wallis and Futuna, I was really like dependent on my parents. Like they will do everything, and when I say everything, it's truly everything. Like the chores, cooking, and all of the smallest thing in like to do in our home, they will do it.
Yeah.
So when I get like to go overseas and just be by myself, I had to learn like those kind of things. Like just doing my laundry, or cook myself some dinner. Yeah, I had to learn all of that, and now I think I'm doing pretty well. So sometimes I'm just, oh yeah, I can do that. Like yeah, I can. Just the fact like to say, oh yeah, I can. I was just lazy to do, just tired, but just to say now I can, it's just like it feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 wonderful. And I guess one thing I wanted to kind of, as we kind of go towards the end of the podcast, is there some advice you would give to young people from Wallis that you wish you heard as a young person, or just some encouragement you would like to share with youth from either the Pacific or from Wallis and Futuna?
I would say if you had a chance, just go like out. There's a lot of opportunities in Wallis and Futuna, like to go. outside your comfort zone, I will say. Um, yeah, just go. Don't stay in Wallis and Futuna for the islands are good, but there's a lot of things you can experience like in other countries. If you get the chance, just go out, just travel, just take the plane and go into another country. Just yeah, but don't stay in Wallis and Futuna. Leave it for like later when you will be old and you wanna retire, and then you will go back to Wallis and Futuna. But yeah, just um take each day as a chance to do something new, to be better, and yeah, just go out of your comfort zone and just enjoy the moment, enjoy your life. Life is short. We always say life is short. God is giving us a day each day to live a life, to find our purpose, and yeah, just do it, just live it.
I guess you mentioned like for youth in Wallis and Futuna to go out and leave Wallis. Do you plan on heading back after your studies?
Oh yeah, because for our scholarship, we have to go back to Wallis and Futuna for 2 years, at least to serve there.
Yeah.
And then if I get a chance, I will probably come back here or go to New Zealand, because Auckland, I truly enjoyed Auckland, and I definitely will go there after my bond in Wallis and Futuna.
I think I've been to Auckland. I've been there twice this year, and I went there as well a few years ago for a conference, and it feels like a second home, because it's got a lot of similar. Like it's like a nice Brisbane. They're very clean and nice people, and a little bit colder maybe sometimes.
Yeah, I remember when my friends asked me, so how do you like Australia so far? I would say, oh, I like Australia, but I miss New Zealand. And they'll be like, oh, but the weather is cold there. Why do you like it? And I said, oh, no, it's just like home. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, it feels like home. And I miss my friend, like the people I met there. And just my routine in Auckland, I miss that a lot.
Yeah, beautiful country. Well, hopefully you, once you go back for your 2 years in Wallis and Futuna, you can find another opportunity back in New Zealand or Australia. Yeah. I mean, with like you speak French, English, Uvian, so there's got to be some great opportunities, I guess, available in the future for you. Definitely, I think like the power of languages is so important, and I'm really inspired by your story and your confidence to study here and leave your family. I know, a lot of Wallisian and Futunas, they go to New Caledonia, but it's inspiring to hear that you came, all the way to New Zealand and Australia on your own, at such a young age as well. So I think it's your story will definitely inspire a lot of your other young people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I really want to thank my family for that. Because when I went to New Zealand and to New Caledonia as well, I didn't get any scholarship, so they get to pay for everything, and that's not a thing that happens a lot in Wallis and Futuna. Life is really. I know life is really expensive there, and there's a lot of challenges there, but the fact that my parents, my family, got the chance to support me during my studies is something I'm truly grateful for the support, the love, and their faith in me, I would say, because I'm not someone who I'm not really a leader, but thanks to them I get the chance to experience all of that. So
yeah. Well, thanks, Lorenly, for joining the invitation to come on the podcast. My first guest from the Pacific.
Oh my God.
And definitely not the last. So, I mean, it's always wonderful to talk about Wallis and Futuna. It's if anyone's listening, highly recommend visiting. You can get there via Fiji or New Caledonia. It's only about an hour from Fiji.
Yeah.
So it's so close. There's flights a couple of times a week, 1 or 2 times a week.
Oh, one or
I think, depending on the time of the year. But the best time to visit, I think, is in July, because there's the national.
Yeah, exactly. National Day, and the weather is better in July. Yeah.
Yeah, quite. It's winter. It's a good time for the beach, not too hot. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us,
yeah,
Marlo. And hope to maybe have you back again in the future. Who knows?
yeah, who knows? Yeah, thank you so much, Dominic, for having me today, and thank you so much to all the people that will listen to this podcast. And have a good afternoon, everyone. And Maro.
Thank you, Marlo.